Social anxiety sucks. That's a fact. It limits us from some of the most fundamental needs that we have as human beings. The need for connection, for warmth, for acceptance, for love. I understand what you're feeling, and I know how frustrating it is. I've been there for the vast majority of my 23 years on this earth, and it's really only been in the last 3 to 6 months that I've fully solved the problem. Hopefully this doesn't come off as bragging, but I used to have an inability to talk to and even just have a basic conversation with a cashier. I was too terrified to do that. I was too terrified to approach, to even ask for a question at a supermarket or a retail store where I didn't know where something was. And now, literally 2 weeks ago when I was on holiday, I was at the beach and I saw this beautiful woman and I went and chatted to her. I sat down, asked, mind if I join you for a conversation? She was receptive, said yeah, and then we talked for 30 minutes and had a lovely conversation. Being able to have such a warm and just nice one-on-one conversation with someone without being scared in your own head, worrying about how you're perceived, is so nice. Now, the advice that I'm going to give you in this video, you should listen to me over the vast majority of other YouTubers that talk about social anxiety and shyness. Why? Because they're talking about it from different points of view. It's people who have scientific understanding, or people who have surface level understanding who have had it easy their whole lives. People who are just naturally extroverted and who have no idea of what is actually going on with people like us, who often give surface level crap advice like, just be confident, bro, it's just that easy. Or stop caring what other people think. Well, yes, that's good advice. When just thinking about, or when you're in that social situation and your entire body is acting as if it's a bloody war you're in, telling yourself, oh, I don't care what other people think, it just doesn't do anything, bro. Or even another good piece of advice is, no one's judging you as much as you think that they are judging you. And that is meant to help a little bit with taking the edge off. But again, it just doesn't, because when it's so rooted into who you are and fundamentally deep down, again, you feel like you're at war, understanding and this feeling that you're at war, it's unconscious, it just happens. Consciously understanding one thing isn't going to change literally anything. As you're aware, I've been exactly where you are, and I am now exactly where you want to be. And it's not through this common surface level advice, it's through lesser known stuff that's actually worked. So that's what you're going to get from this video. So buckle in and enjoy. I've been exactly where you are, and I've made the transformation that you want. And again, it's not through the surface level common advice. It's through lesser known advice that I can guarantee you, probably 90% of it, you won't have heard anywhere. So to start with, the fundamental problem is that our bodies, our nervous system, treats social situations like it's a fight or flight battle. It treats it as a threat. And we need to recondition the body through various things in order to not see the social situation as a threat. So just understand that it's the embodied, unconscious response to social situations and the beliefs that we have in our mind around ourselves and social situations. Those are the actual core problems, because it's root deep problems that need to be addressed. And unfortunately, that takes time. You're going to have expectations that are adherent to how long this takes. Again, it's going to take months, possibly years, as it did for me. So I just want you to set expectations now that it doesn't, and it's not going to be an overnight fix. Honestly, it could be. For some people, it might just be one limiting belief that is tweaked, and then everything just becomes effortless. But for me, it wasn't like that. So don't expect that. If it isn't like that, you're going to be in far more pain, and it's going to take longer, and your brain's going to want to crap itself. You know, when you set expectations and it doesn't line up with your expectations, it takes 3 times as long. What do you think happens? You have a brain, you can figure that out. So, firstly, this is a deep topic that has honestly changed my life. It's trauma. My body has basically been mini traumatized. I'm not using trauma in the same way that it's typically used. Trauma is defined as unprocessed emotion in the body. So you have an event or an experience when you're younger that never got fully processed in the body, and it's staying there as like fragments that suck energy and life out of you. And that when situations that are similar to that trauma come up, that trauma like externalizes itself and just basically comes back because it was never processed. So say you have a trauma around people you were made fun of, and that lived in the body and you never expressed that. That can stay there for years and years and hold tension whenever you're around people. And you have to go back into your childhood, back into your younger years, and figure out what is unprocessed. What am I holding on to unconsciously? I'm definitely going to make a few videos regarding this, because this can go infinitely deep and needs to be taken with a high degree of respect and like effort and attention, because it's important. When I surfaced and actually processed like these mini traumas, I'm going to say they're mini traumas because when you typically say trauma, you think abuse, you think kill, you know what is coming up in your mind. I can't really say much of that because it's on YouTube, but you get the picture. Nothing like that has happened to me. The most I've had is bullying and divorced parents, which is nothing compared to some people. But the body doesn't work on an absolute scale, it works relative. To me, being bullied and having divorced parents and a bunch of other things, that has registered on an emotional level and created mini traumas, which I can basically guarantee has happened for you as well. It doesn't even have to be that big. It can just be as small as you're made fun of and your body never found a way to express it. So it got stuck and now materializes itself 10 years later through you being unable to articulate yourself. This crap's crazy. And when I actually processed all these like mini traumas, my life like magically, like people talk about like this one fix, one cure-all, one like golden solution that's going to fix all your problems. This is the closest thing that I can reasonably think of. Because when I fix this, the entire domains like around my life just got better. Relationships, health, even financial ability, because I'm more confident. Basically, all areas of your life improve. Because your health gets better, you don't have unprocessed crap in your body that's taking up and leaking energy. So now, more energy is used to your immune system and general health. You feel better, you have more energy, you sleep better. As a byproduct of all those, your health is now better, and it skyrockets from there and just loops in and improves. Obviously, your relationships improve. It just improves everything. It's amazing. And on top of that, I just felt a 20 to 30% improvement and just overall, just existing. I feel more free. It's life-changing. Yeah. The next point is to regulate your nervous system and to actually do physical physical exercise regularly. Likely your nervous system is in a state of minor fight or flight. That's what mine existed in for 22 years. I'm 23. And that is what the vast majority of people live their entire lives in, and they don't even realize that their nervous system is basically screwing themselves over and like making their direct experience from moment to moment just worse. You feel more closed in, you feel less free, you feel like there's a threat. And that's no way to live. That's no way to exist. That's no way to be. So you might likely even think that this doesn't affect me, but if you're my age, you have social anxiety, I can basically guarantee that you would benefit from regulating your nervous system. And you can do this through practices like meditation and breath work. Those two have been so instrumental for me. And learning about meditation, breath work, performing them consistently. I've meditated every day for 40 minutes for the past 7.5 months. I've done breath work every 2 weeks for a year. Like one bigger session of breath work that just releases all the crap. It's so nice to do that as well. It's just so relaxing. And it's a distraction, like a genuine good distraction from your worries and just daily life and the monotonous grind. And then there's having low stimulation and changing the way you live slightly going up. We live in such a fast, high stimulation, high dopamine, like society. Try to consciously bring it down a little bit. So you're not constantly in that fight or flight. You're not constantly doing. You're not constantly stressed. This physically exists in the body, and that doesn't cause, but it certainly helps with anxiety, with depression, with all of these bad mental health conditions. It exacerbates and makes it far worse. So trying to cut out scrolling. Scroll an hour less than you normally do. Get your screen time down. Stop watching porn. Stop being so addicted to video games. Cut it down to a few times a week, a few hours a week instead of every day. Stop watching and binging TV shows. It doesn't have to be absolute or super scary or like an all or nothing, like I have to cut out everything right now. That's not the way behavior change happens. Slowly change it. If you watch, this is literally the way my brain goes. If I have a binge day where, like 6 months ago, I would have a binge day where I just spend the entire day watching a TV show. For the next week, I will incrementally lower the amount of episodes I watch per day. I start with 6 episodes, then 4, and then 3, and then I can only watch 2 episodes today, and then 1, and then it's I don't need to watch TV anymore. Extrapolate that for whatever habit or thing is the most pressing for you. And this video is taking so long, I'm sorry. Well, it's very important that you understand all this and that you focus and that change actually happens. Because when you fix social anxiety and the stuff I'm talking about, the entire trajectory of your life shifts. So anyway, next point. We all have limiting beliefs and just beliefs about how we are and exist in the world, beliefs that we're tied to that don't serve or assist us in any way, and which are only perpetuated more by just being so closed in and associated with them. What I mean is the identity of shy. We can grow up thinking we're shy and then, like this is what happened to me. When I was 17, 18, I was typically known as the shy person. That's what people would call me and say that I am. But this isn't tangible, real, or a fact of reality. Gravity is 100% of the time like that. But you being shy, you seeing yourself as shy, it's not real. It's only real because you believe it's real. It feels real. It feels real because other people confirm it, other people say it, and then it's confirmed worse by the belief perpetuating more of itself. You think you're shy, therefore you get invited to a party, you don't go because you're shy, then that belief is confirmed again that you're not shy, that you are shy, and that you don't go out. Or you have a social situation, you get all anxious, you get all shy, you don't talk to people, that confirms more of the same. How can you break that loop? By fixing and identifying the root limiting belief. You have beliefs about how you are in the world. It's a fact. You have to believe that. You have beliefs that you're shy, that you're bad with people, that people are scary, just crap like that. You have to sit with a journal for a few hours and figure these beliefs out and invert them. And then slowly start taking action with those inverted beliefs. So, you're shy? I'm not shy. Actually, a better inversion of this would be going from I'm shy to I'm socially free. Because a positive belief statement impacts our nervous system far more than I'm not. And then try to take action with that new thing. If normally you'd not go out just once. Take a slight bit of action towards this belief. Again, this is a topic that I could spend hours talking about to understand fully, but just know you have limiting beliefs about yourself, and by believing them, you perpetuate more of the same, and that makes your life way harder. And finally, the most important step is to introduce exposure therapy, but in a specific way. I tried exposure therapy for years. I did a sales job. I did retail where I was customer facing and interacting with people every day. I still had social anxiety. I still felt crap talking to new people. And I interacted with people for years. Straight exposure therapy doesn't work. It just didn't work for me, at least. Sorry, I don't like absolute statements saying it just doesn't work. It didn't work for me, and it's likely not to work for you if you've suffered with social anxiety your whole life and feel like it's such a deep problem. So the way you do it is, first off, just like in the gym, you're progressively overloading your muscles. You go from 50 to 60 to 70 kilos. You wouldn't go straight to 300 kilos, for example. You gradually increment and go up. It's the same way with your nervous system and your capability around people. So if you currently find, you wouldn't go approach a group of girls. That would be way too terrifying and way too high level, I guess. You'd start with simply a word or a compliment to a stranger. Go up to a cashier and just say one sentence. Say, how's your day? Anything, just one sentence. Starting off with one sentence, and then you're good, you're done, you've accomplished your goals. And that's all you have to do for the day. And then do that for a few weeks. And then maybe a second sentence. Free flow. Add whatever comes to your mind, say it. And then a few months later, a few weeks, it's all relative to how you respond, but you don't want to use it as a sort of I'm not leveled up yet, I can't do this, even though you would be able to. You have to judge it. You have to, basically, you're going to be leaving your comfort zone, but the degree to which you leave your comfort zone, again, talking to 3 hot girls would be absolutely ludicrous. Whilst talking to a cashier, saying a sentence, it's doable. It's outside of my comfort zone, but it's doable. And adding on to this, awareness and deep breathing, this is what happened and changed the game for me. I would do the gradual exposure therapy, and before and after, I would take deep present breaths into the body. Full like breaths into my stomach, into my chest, moving and feeling everything in the body, being present, feeling my feet connect with the ground. I'm fully present. I'm not disassociating. I'm not giving in to anxiety. I'm fully here. And that is such a inherent like good thing to do. That prevents a lot of the like negative associations that come with social anxiety. Just take 5 deep present breaths before you go do your exposure. And then after, you want to do the exact same thing. Deep present breaths in the body. This is literally for a stage I had a few months ago. I'd literally go cold approach a girl beforehand, feel the body, breathe, don't allow any of those negative thoughts to give in. And then like a minute or two of breathing, I'd be able to go approach. And then of course, the approach, I'd be scared, I'd be nervous. There'd be crap in my body afterwards. I'd sit down like within a minute, deep breathing again, feel the body, see what thoughts are happening, and just allow whatever is to be. I did this for about a month or two, and now I don't have anxiety when I talk to and approach girls. It's so much easier because my body has naturally learned that approaching girls isn't scary. Being in conversation with them isn't scary. It's by repeated exposure with like awareness that your body can finally learn that it's safe. So the other stuff that I mentioned in the video will help, but this is like the key habit that you have to do. You have to break your comfort zone. You have to be more present and aware. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to. You're always going to have some semblance of social anxiety. But again, what I just stated, the deep breaths, being aware, and doing it after, this makes it infinitely more doable, bearable, and just like you can actually do it. Trust me, you can. So yeah, that's the video. I know it's a long one. Appreciate you putting your effort and your trust in me and watching this video. And yeah, appreciate it. Take care of yourself, man. Bye-bye.